What is up, everybody? Hello, hello. I gotta spit this gum out. What am I gonna do? All right, so I am watching the Apple Live event right now. I'm sure you might be too. If you're not, I highly recommend that you do that because this is a little companion broadcast regarding the iPhone 7 event. Right now, we've got like Tim Cook singing with this late night dude. Not exactly talking about the iPhone 7, but we're going to get there. That's the whole purpose of this broadcast. Also, we're going to be taking phone calls, okay? So I've got the device over here, our dedicated phone call device. Phone calls are already coming in, so I'm going to be starting to answer those pretty soon, leading up to the eventual iPhone 7 and 7 Plus announcement as suspected. So I'll have an earbud and I'll be monitoring this event as well. So there's a lot going on, but we're going to hold it down. You're going to be covered. One thing I want to mention, I've said it in the past on previous broadcasts, you can turn on notifications here on YouTube so you don't miss these broadcasts. In the past, a lot of people say, oh, I didn't get the notification until 4 hours later or whatever. So just make sure you have that little bell turned on your mobile app. Alternatively, I always tweet this broadcast to Twitter. So go follow me on Twitter if the notification system isn't letting you know soon enough. And speaking of that, I should put this on Twitter right now, boys and girls, because I promised everybody over there that I would do that. So let me just grab a link. Maybe I could just retweet one of these people. Would that work? Just give me a second, folks. I'm just tweeting this link out real quick, and then we're going to start to take some phone calls, which, as you know, can get a little bit chaotic, but today I'm using the same system as last time, so hopefully I don't need to leave the camera for 10 minutes to try to figure out how to get the right working environment. Phone calls are coming in like crazy. All right, so live streaming. All right, and I just got to grab this link. Let me just go ahead here. Can everybody hear me properly? Which is weird because, oh yeah, okay, cool. So I'll just chuck this right onto Twitter. I'm live now. Give me a call. All right. There we go. All right, so it's on Twitter now too. Sweet. All right. And the event, I believe, is starting right now too. Let me just get that back open. Yeah, here we go. He's talking about carpool karaoke. Oh, I have to mute myself. I mean, everybody's always stressing out about the technical aspects of this live broadcast. Well, let me just explain to you. Trying to piece together different components, do it all live, all right? It's just a little bit to deal with. So he's talking about iTunes right now. And listen, if you've ever watched these Apple broadcasts before, then you know that it takes a while for them to actually get into it, right? So they talk about how great they are. They talk about how they sold 10 billion iPhones. Okay, maybe not 10 billion, but you get the idea. And then eventually, somewhere like middle to end of it, they start dropping products and telling you more about products. At least that's usually the format. So the early part is generally the most boring. So I'm just giving you a heads up. But as I said earlier, for those that joined the soonest, the earliest, what we're doing today is broadcasting alongside the Apple Live event. So the way I'm envisioning this happening for you is as a companion to the actual broadcast. So go ahead and open that up in a separate window. You will need Safari or an Apple TV or something that supports the Apple live stream. So open that up, and if you want to participate in this as well, we're accepting phone calls here. I'll be taking some phone calls during the live broadcast so you can vent, and then a little bit after too, so we can discuss whatever it is that happened. So he's talking about an Apple Music Fest right now. Let's go ahead and take a phone call real quick. I'm just going to take this earbud out. Let's just take a phone call here. Make sure it's on speaker. Hello. Hello. He hung up. You see, if you're going to call in, you got to bring your A game. All right? You got to maybe have a question, have a comment. Step your game up. If you're going to call in, feel free. The number's up there. We'll take a phone call. Here we go. Hello.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good.
Oh, that's good to hear. So you have called in to the official live stream here. You are now in front of thousands of people. What are you going to go for? Do you have a comment, something you'd like to say to the world, or maybe a question?
I have a question.
Okay, a question. Go for it.
What do you think about the new iPhone that's coming out?
What do I think? Okay, here's what I think about the new iPhone. I think they're going to sell a boatload, obviously. I think you're going to see a bigger jump in terms of changes to the last couple of models, certainly in the sense of this dual lens camera is going to be interesting. Rumors started to swirl recently about these wireless ear pods they've been working on that will use potentially something better than Bluetooth. So I'm also excited to see what that means, but there are going to be some drawbacks. Chances are it's going to be expensive. Chances are those wireless ear pods that will circumvent the headphone jack, those are going to be an expensive accessory. People are saying they're probably not going to be in the box. So I mean, I'm a little bit skeptical about that from a cost perspective, but I think Apple is set to at least unveil something more exciting than we've seen from the 6S, the 6, the even the 5. I mean, they're hopefully going to do something interesting with this camera. That's what I'm looking most forward to.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, thanks for the call. We'll take another one. Thank you, sir. That went okay. I mean, like from a technical perspective, that went okay. We got another one here. All right, we might as well. Yeah, we might as well do another one. We'll fit a couple in right now. These people, a lot of people calling in and they hang up. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, hi, Lou. This is Abhijit. Can you hear me properly?
Yes, of course. I can hear you. I can hear you well. You're calling from, where are you calling from? England, the UK, something like that?
No, actually, I'm calling from India, all the way from India.
India? Whoa, this you officially now win. You are calling in from the furthest place ever on this show.
Okay. No, actually, I'm a big follower of yours, you can say. I follow all your videos and you're doing a great job.
Oh, well, listen, I appreciate that. I'm blushing. Yeah. I'm blushing right now. My face is turning red because of how much I appreciate that.
Actually, the you can say this live program which has started, you can say the last day, it was quite late in India, but still I tried.
Oh, yeah.
I guess there was some kind of technical issue with your handset, so you have to change your handset in the middle. So I couldn't.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's surprisingly, it's not as easy as you'd think. You'd think, okay, you've got a phone here. Yeah, of course it can manage some phone calls, but when you turn that into thousands and thousands of phone calls, obviously the outcome is a little bit different. So did you have a question? Did you have a question or comment?
Yeah. Sorry?
Did you have a question or comment?
Yes. Can you just actually, I was not, you can say, because I have my notification live, so I just got a notification that you're going live. So can you just kindly tell me what's the, subject matter for today's discussion, please?
Oh, okay. So we're talking about the Apple event. So I'm advising people, if they can, to have this as a sort of a complimentary stream to the Apple Live event, which is happening right now in California. Essentially, it's the iPhone 7 event. So I'm going to be kind of commenting and then.
Okay. So actually, I guess that the Apple launch event happened. I can say just started few minutes back, right? The launch event.
What's that?
I'm saying that the Apple, we can say, launch event has started just a few time back.
Yes, it just started. So if you haven't yet, go load it up and then use this stream as kind of like a discussion space and a kind of companion to the main Apple stream. And then if you want, you could come back after and we're going to talk a little bit, take some more phone calls about what people think about the next iPhone. Right now, they're not getting into it yet. They're just showing Mario on iPhone, which I guess for Nintendo fans, that's a positive thing for Nintendo fans. But yeah, we're gonna find out more about the next phone shortly, I assume.
Yeah,
So.
I have just a small question about you because it's the forum for the Apple. We can say launch event for the Apple 7 phone. So I have a small question that you have been also there is a lot of speculation regarding the handset. It is going to come in dual lenses, and there might not be I can say audio 3mm jack. So, but you can say I have a small question for you regarding iPhone 7. That is, do you really feel that will it be very much viable? Because I can say the people who use handset, you are there.
What was that last part?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard the first part. I just didn't hear the very last part. Do I think it's going to be a viable? Do I think it's going to be a viable handset?
Yes, I'm saying that will it be viable for an iPhone user? Because most of the iPhone people who uses our iPhone, it's mainly for the business purpose, and it shows a class. So is it really very much needed for Apple to incorporate dual lenses, especially for the photography factor?
Well, here's the thing. The iPhone is already has such a gigantic fan base. Apple has been able to sell small iterations on their previous model for the last 4 or 5 generations, maybe more than that, in fact. And for whatever reason, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to hype, they've done an incredible job of continuing to get people excited about constantly upgrading their phones. Now, in the meantime, while that's been going on, other manufacturers have been getting far more competitive. Certainly, the Chinese phone manufacturers and so on are doing a far better job than they were previously. So the competition has changed. But I think what we're gonna start to see here is potentially Apple looking to innovate faster to combat some of what's going on in the competitive Asian phone market. So the dual lens thing, the lack of the headphone jack, potentially wireless ear pods and so on, and maybe even some interesting software to take advantage of all that could get people excited. But honestly, I don't think there's going to be a problem getting people lined up for this thing. Cost consideration is going to be a big one. I'm interested to see what the suggested retail is for the iPhone, or retail price, not suggested because it's always sold just at retail. But if they can bring the price down lower than what people expect, I could see some interesting things happening. So I think, listen, I don't think they're going to have a problem getting people excited. The real question is, who is this phone going to be? Who is this phone going to be for? And is it going to be capable? Is it going to be capable of competing with the larger scale, faster growing segment of the market, which is in the more kind of budget phones? Because asking people at this point in time to spend $1,000 on a phone, that's it, given the kind of economic climate, that's the tough thing to figure out. Is like, are people still down for that? But yeah, I'm fairly optimistic, to be honest.
Yes, just the one thing, you have just right now mentioned about the Chinese, handset manufacturers. Apple is trying to cope up with them. So recently I have also seen a video of yours only. You have been unboxing a video. A phone Huawei P9. I guess you must be remembering that.
Yeah, P9. Yeah. Well, there's Huawei. There's the phone we're speaking on right now is a ZTE from a previous video as well, the Axon 7. So yeah, I mean these phones have gotten a lot better. And if we're strictly talking about value for money, it's Yeah, you could totally make the argument for some of these Chinese brands at this point. That said, the North American market, the Western market, still feels very comfortable within the Apple ecosystem. So I think that for tech guys like myself, like yourself, you might be a little bit more willing to experiment with new brands. But whereas this other percentage of the population is happy to be on a familiar operating system with a familiar brand, a familiar unboxing experience, a familiar retail experience of going to the Genius Bar. I mean, there are always going to be advantages to using a device that is supported in the way that Apple devices are, whether that comes to customer service or accessories that are available for it. It's just such a massive and powerful brand, so there's always going to be a market for it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, dude, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the next call, my friend. That's officially the longest call in live show history. But we're gonna move on to the next one. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah. Same here.
Holy smokes! Look at that. We had an 8-minute call. All right, I'm gonna check in on the broadcast real quick here. He's talking about education right now. Putting MacBooks in schools and stuff. Putting Apple TVs in classrooms. I told you they were going to do this. I told you. They spend the first bunch being like, we're great. We're amazing. Look how good we are. Everybody in the crowd. Woo! Apple, yay! Holding up their signs like they're at some sort of sporting event. And then they get into the nitty gritty. And then they get into the actual next product, important products, and so on. So we're going to have to hang around for a little bit. As I said before, if you're just joining, we're talking, of course, about the Apple event, taking some phone calls here and there, talking about the upcoming iPhone, what to expect, what I'm most excited for, maybe what I'm not excited for, or what I'm worried about. There's probably going to be a little bit more to talk about when the stream actually ends, but if you're here now, you will get to see me react to the iPhone 7 as it is actually announced. I've got the stream open over here. I recommend you do the same. Think of this as a complimentary broadcast, a companion broadcast to the Apple event. You can get them open in different windows, as long as you've got Safari. I'm watching it on Safari over here. It also is broadcasting on the Apple TV, I believe. And then, of course, iOS devices. I think iOS devices. Tim Cook's still prancing around the stage, so let's go ahead and take another phone call. We got phone calls coming in. Of course, that's another important part of the show. So let's go ahead and answer another one here. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's good, man. I just have a question. It's like through the Apple. So I was just wondering, is Apple gonna catch up to Samsung anytime soon?
Sounds like we've got a Samsung fan on the line.
Oh, if you think that way, no, I'm not a Samsung fan. I'm actually an Apple fan. I'm just wondering, Apple is a little bit outdated now. They're the camera and stuff with the Samsung is good. So I just want to know if Samsung is gonna, Apple's gonna catch up to Samsung or not.
Okay, so I think what you're referring to mostly is probably some of the hardware specs. I feel like Samsung is a little bit more aggressive when it comes to implementing the latest and greatest in terms of hardware specs, camera specs. The latest Note, for example, implementing USB-C, wireless charging. I mean, some of these things that I would love to see show up on iPhone, or I wish they were already there. But I was having this conversation with a friend of mine the other day about how Apple's in a unique situation where I feel like the variety of individuals who use their products is this really wide range of people, and they've got such a powerful and respected brand name that it's almost a little bit more difficult for them to completely overhaul what they're doing and make massive drastic changes. So a lot of people remember that moment when the original iPhone launched and it was like, man, I did not see that coming. This thing has been this thing is unlike anything we've seen before, and I think a lot of people want to see that moment happen again. But in reality, I feel like Apple is so big now, and such a wide variety of people are using it, that those changes actually become more difficult to make because you're so busy keeping up with the expectations of the people who are happy with it, keeping up with all those people who love the OS the way that it is. I mean, this I kind of think of it similarly to like when YouTube or Facebook makes a drastic change or overhauls their interface. People lose their minds. They're like, "But I was just getting happy with it. But I just was figuring out how to use it the way that I want." You know what I'm
That's
saying?
one point of view, and I'm also thinking like people are also they will also get tired of this technology now. Because like if you don't catch up to that technology, like there's like Samsung has a better camera and people use it for camera itself. Like now, do you think like this $699 or $649 price tag is worth it for an iPhone?
Yeah, see, that's the problem. That's
the
another.
problem.
Honestly, when you are paying that price point, when you pay that 649, I think it's important to recognize that not that money is being distributed amongst the entire thing that makes up Apple and the perception of Apple. So it's you're not just strictly paying for the hardware, you're paying for the research and development, the engineers that work there, the marketing that goes into it. It's this package deal. And to have that experience, that retail experience, that unboxing experience, to have that logo be a part of your life, there is certainly a premium associated with it. And there are many products in this world that operate in a similar fashion. I mean, all you have to do is like look at car brands and how prominently placed the logo is on cars, for example. Branding matters. There is clout associated with brands, and when people associate value with a brand, they know they're paying more for it and they don't mind. So I know that the marketplace has become more competitive. There's become a number of options available that don't cost that much and are actually becoming really good options. But at the same time, it's like it's tough to completely combat that whole package that makes up Apple. I don't think Apple will have a hard time selling their devices. I think where you might see things start to change a little bit is on the fringes where the power users exist, where people are more willing to try out new brands, where individuals are maybe more sophisticated users. And then on top of that, you've got the low end of the market where people just don't have the cash to pony up to be a part of that brand, and they're going to get by with what is available. I spoke on the last phone call about all these incredible $400 phones that are out there. I have to believe that those are only going to get better, keep getting better, more competitive. It's a tough space to operate in. So I think Apple will keep focusing on brand. I do not expect that in this broadcast we're going to see a major price drop. I think it would be really cool, but I think Apple is focused on being that premium brand, whether the specs line up with that title or not.
Okay, so no, I'm not actually worried about the price because it's okay. But like I was just wondering, like, is this money worth it or not? And one more thing, like, do you see any iPhones coming to an end near future, like in a couple of 5 or 6 years?
iPhones coming with what?
To an end.
Oh,
Is it coming to an end?
No.
If they're gonna stop for
No. The iPhone is not coming to an end. No, you are going to see a brand new iPhone every year for the next 5 years. I guarantee it.
And look at the innovation, like OnePlus One, OnePlus Two. These phones are like way cheaper and
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can't. The brand that Apple has built is way beyond a 5-year window. This is something that's been going on for 20, 25 years. It will take another generation of human beings to completely destroy or destruct what has been built up in terms of brand perception globally. That we are still living in the echo of that original iPhone that completely changed everything. And if you walk up and down the street and you ask people what is an iPhone, everybody knows what an iPhone is, and it's going to take a lot more than 5 years to change that.
True. Now the iPhone perception is like iPhone is a prestige now. Like whoever has an iPhone, like you assume they're rich or like they're not a tech guy. That's what the type of people that buy iPhones I see.
Because whenever you walk in Wall Street, only like the software engineers and expensive people, the business people only buy the iPhone. Like you and me, the tech persons, we use Android versions, like the Android phones. Like that's it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you're asking me personally, I'm using an S7 right now. So I mean,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah, and I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing against that. All that I'm saying is that the percentage of the market that we represent is it's becoming more substantial, but it's not set to overwhelm the remainder of the market.
And they're losing a lot of customers like that too. Like huge community like that. Like that's not a good time though.
Yeah, no, I listen. I agree with you. I mean, obviously, I'm personally part of what I would consider to be the pro market, and I would prefer for that to be addressed. It would be awesome if there were like an iPhone Pro or something with really incredible features, unexpected features. I'd even be willing to pay more for it. But
Exactly. I'm gonna be able to pay like $1,200 for no reason for those.
I know
I pay that much money.
it would be cool, but I think at the same time that there is a certain that there's a certain emphasis on simplicity internally at Apple, and I think they want the iPhone to be as recognizable as possible, and that's easier to do if you limit the number of models that exist. So I'm sure. Well, here's one thing I know for certain: there are plenty of talented people that work at Apple, and Apple being the biggest brand in the world, I am sure that they have a plan for all this, and there are reasons, calculated reasons, why they make the decisions that they do. And people like us can sit here and speculate, but the truth is, I think they're fairly aware of what the masses want, whether you and I are representative of the masses or not.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you for the phone call, my friend. Thank you very much. Couple of good phone calls today. We're going deep. Going deep in there. High level, going deep. I don't know which one it is. It's either deep or it's high. Let me check in on the event real quick. Obviously, phone calls still coming in. We're going to put the phone calls on hold for a minute because I'm just going to check into the event. They moved on. They're speaking about Apple Watch, and they made some software improvements. Talking about what developers have been doing with the Apple Watch. I don't know. You know, Apple Watch, it's hard. Why is it so hard to get excited about smartwatches? I don't know what's up with that. Maybe I should ask you guys, but part of me thinks the value proposition of a smartwatch doesn't outweigh the nuisance of constantly having to charge the thing. You know, I wear a classic G-Shock watch. As a watch, first and foremost, obviously, that's all it really does. But I never have to think about plugging it in. And I know I sound like a baby complaining about that. It's like, Lou, just set the thing up beside your bed, drop it on there. I get that. But the moment you forget to do it once and then you realize, the value proposition of the watch kind of shrunk. What we got here? Oh, that's a different one. Different phone ringing. Too many phones. The minute you see the other side of that value proposition, you go, oh, I missed it for a day. And guess what? I don't really miss it. The minute that you've experienced that, then you start to, your love of the product starts to diminish. So, listen, they're cool. There's obviously potential represented there. I think the wrist is an interesting piece of real estate for tech, and it's kind of been underwhelming up until this point. That said, I feel like we're just not there yet. It's just not compelling enough for me. Everything from Android Wear to the Apple Watch, I've tried them all. I've worn them all, and I keep coming back to my classic watch because my phone does a lot of smart stuff. I want my watch to do a good job of being a watch first, and then the other things are all gravy. But the function of being a watch is still served better by a traditional watch. In the sense that you just put it on. You never worry about where it is. You beat the hell out of it. I mean, a G-Shock is rugged, incredibly rugged, as you know. And you dunk it in water. I mean, there's a number of reasons. You just don't worry about it too much. And it's always got the time when you look at it. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that it's black and white. I'm certain that there are certain people in professions where they can really utilize the notifications on their wrist, where they don't have a chance to grab their phone or whatever. But it feels to me like the proposition of the smartwatch is so much bigger than the application. That's all. All right, let me check back in on the live stream here. It's like live stream rant. live stream rant. I'm giving you the realness. I'm getting raw with what they're talking about. Oh, so he just dropped the Pokemon Go on Apple Watch statement. They got somebody from Pokemon Go at the stream. I don't know, man. I guess that's a big deal. If you're into it, that's a big deal, right? I'm gonna check in on Twitter real quick here. Yo, let me know on Twitter if everything's going well with the stream, if you can hear me and whatnot. We're gonna take a few more phone calls here in a moment. Oh, so they have confirmed 2 all-new cameras that shoot as one for high-res optical zoom at 2x. So Apple posted that on Twitter. I don't know if they posted that too early or what, but people are hitting me up on Twitter about it. The 2-camera iPhone 7 Plus is confirmed, and I'm assuming this means that the regular iPhone 7, Apple's really going to make a push here to convince people to go for the Plus. That's the way I look at it. Because how many people are going to just be like, nah, never mind, I don't want that dual camera. That's a hard thing to choose. You're always going to want the better potential functions. Okay, I'm lagging. Video and audio is okay. All right. It could be your connection as well. Yeah, listen, there's nothing I can do about the spam in the chat. That's just life. That's modern life on the internet. Okay, so the man on the stream is playing Pokemon Go on the Apple Watch right now. I told you they were going to take forever to get into the iPhone 7. Let's go ahead and take another phone call. Hello? Hello? Yes, that's who you called, man. You called Lou. How you doing? What's your name?
This is Dave from Cleveland calling in.
Well,
man.
Oh man, that's great to hear. I'm happy to have you on the air. You're in front of the audience right now. Do you have a question or a comment you'd like to make today?
I actually have a question.
Okay.
Now, I've been subscribed to you for about a couple of years now. I remember hearing something from you one time. I think it was a few beats, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually had a question, like, do you produce? Because I've heard a lot of beats on YouTube, and they're pretty whack, and yours were, like, they had so much substance, man. And if you even produced it, oh, my goodness. Weird question, I know.
No, not weird at all. Not weird at all. And to be honest with you, not the first time it's been asked. So I do mess with music. I used to a lot more than I do now because of, obviously, I've become somewhat busy with the channel. But I do have like a music setup in the other room, and I mess with music here and there as much as I can. I'm moving into a new studio soon, and so I'm going to get to do a lot more of that. But I can't take credit for all the beats that show up on my channel underneath the dialogue, because a lot of that stuff I work with various producers, guys I met with on SoundCloud and stuff, and just people who share a similar taste in music and sort of old school boom bap style beats. And so yeah, I've been fortunate to collaborate with a lot of amazing talent out there. And the agenda is going to be to certainly do a lot more of it as well. I have a second channel where I mess around a little bit with music. It's called Lou Later. If you haven't checked that out, maybe you want to. But certainly more music there soon. As I sort of free up, organize my life better, so I can get back to making more music.
Yeah, man, I feel it. Definitely sounds awesome. Like the other caller said, you're doing a great job, man. Appreciate you, and yeah, thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, man. That's a beautiful call. Appreciate it.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, he was asking about music. Certainly, I mess with music. If you haven't checked out my second channel, go check it out. If you're into it, if you're not into it, you could just bounce. I mean, music is a very subjective thing. Not everyone's gonna have the same taste. Let's take another phone call here. Hello. Hey.
How's it going?
It's listen, it's going great. I'm sitting here, I'm chilling. I got the Apple event on the side. I'm taking phone calls from you guys. We're talking about we're talking about whatever you want to talk about, but we're trying to keep a little bit of focus at least on this event that's happening with the iPhone 7. How about you? How about you? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm actually from Toronto.
Look at that, close by.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you have a question or a comment today?
I have to go.
You have what?
I have to go right now.
You have to go.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Thanks for the call. All right, guys. If you're gonna call in, you gotta bring your A game. Gotta be up here. You gotta bring a question, bring a comment. That's what we're all looking for here. All right, we're here to discuss. They're still talking about the Apple Watch, man. New seals and adhesives for the Apple Watch. He's talking about. They're talking about how they waterproof the Apple Watch. This is a Series 2 Apple Watch. They've redesigned the speaker system and so on. You're probably watching this as a companion. That's kind of cool. So basically on the upcoming Series 2 Apple Watch, it's going to be more waterproof, ejecting the water out of the speaker part. That's kind of cool. Swim proof. They're calling it swim proof. I guess that's good. I mean, that's better than like water resistant. Whoa. I'm going to have to test this out. So they took Series 2 Apple Watch and put it in a nice bath for a while. I had to put it in the washing machine or the dishwasher. Test that theory myself. I don't know. You guys let me know. Let me know on Twitter. You care about this Apple Watch still? You gonna take an Apple Watch for a bath or what? I'm seeing you guys on Twitter as well. Twitter is easier to manage right now because the chat obviously is insane. So it looks like I'm seeing here via the official Apple Twitter that we're also going to see an officially water-resistant iPhone here. Officially. Okay, should we take some more phone calls real quick? Yes. Let's do that. I'm trying to multitask here. We got phone calls. We got the event. Quick recap for people who are just joining now. What we're doing is essentially broadcasting as a companion to the official Apple broadcast. So what I'm recommending is that you have the Apple broadcast open as well as this one. We can comment. You can call in. You could be heard. You could be heard. You could rant. You could rant and rage. You'd be like, I'm sick of Apple. I'm sick of all this. I'm done with them. Samsung, I'm coming for you. Right? You could do that if you want. Or you could be like, you could call in and be like, this new iPhone is incredible. I'm ordering 17. It's up to you. That's the beauty of it. So call me up right now. The phone number's right there. Here we go. We got a call. Hello.
Hello.
You brought the heat today. You came in swinging. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well myself. I'm sitting here enjoying all the wonderful technology discussion that's going on. As an enthusiast myself, I've got the Apple event over here. I'm talking to people about their thoughts. People are asking questions. I mean, what could be better? This is what it's all about. So where are you calling from?
I'm coming from Connecticut.
From where?
United States, Connecticut.
Oh, okay. I don't know where that is, but
Oh, you can Google it. I mapped it. I'm saying.
yeah. So what do you have a question or a comment today?
I don't know. I'm guessing up the both. I don't know.
Both? Okay, go ahead. Let's hear it.
I heard about mean, I heard about the iPhone 7 about have two cameras. I know about that. I heard about this. I kind of thinking that I hear like rumors. I don't know if it's true. Has no headphone jack.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, it's just speculation right now, but we're actually, during the live broadcast here, we're about to find out for sure. Actually, it looks like Apple on their Twitter, they confirmed that the 7 Plus will be a dual lens system based on what they tweeted, but obviously we already were pretty convinced of that going into it. But we haven't got to the point in the broadcast yet of addressing the headphone jack. So I can't say for sure, but it seems at this point to be most people are fairly convinced that we're going to have a lack of a headphone jack, and instead Apple may very well launch an accessory set of earpods that are wireless. I don't know. That seems to be what most people are saying at this point. But hey, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out really shortly.
Or even people don't want the wireless headphones.
What if people don't want? Then I would assume that there's also going to be some form of adapter to go from Lightning to a traditional 3.5 millimeter outlet. I think there's going to be an adapter in the box. I don't think that's going to be an extra cost. I don't know. I'd be surprised if they try to charge extra money for that tiny little adapter. Anyway, thank you so much for the phone call. Thank you. All right, let's bring in the next one. Hit me up, guys. We're talking about this iPhone 7 event, though it seems to be more of a Apple Watch event at this point. They're going deep on the Apple Watch. I think the Apple Watch is probably a big opportunity for them in terms of margin. All right, here's another phone call. Hello. Oh, instant hang up. What's that about? Bring the heat, guys. Hello.
Hey.
What's going on?
No. So, what's up, Lou?
Not too much, man. I'm just out here doing the damn thing, as you know.
Hey, number one, awesome to get with D-Brand and sit there and give away all those phones.
That's
Super
crazy.
cool.
That is crazy. If you go to that website, dbrand.com/winners, I think there's like maybe almost 60 people in there now that have been named. And what people, I hope, start to respect is just how ambitious and difficult it is, not from a financial perspective, but from like a functional perspective, to actually accurately ship iPhones to real winners that aren't spam, to verify people's names, to get responses from their inbox. It's a lot of work, and dbrand has done a really good job of setting up a site that allows for people to track, allows for people to see the completed winners and so on, and that's really what was missing the last time around. So having a partner like them really just brings the other part to the table. So I can say, hey, I want to give away all these iPhones, and here's how I can do it in an efficient manner. So it's been really cool to see all the tweets coming in from people that are winning phones. It's really insane.
So, the Apple Watch, you for it or against it?
I went on a little mini rant earlier just about smartwatches in general. I think, listen, as a technology enthusiast, it's easy to just like be swayed by the hype train, right? It's like everybody's, they get everybody out there, they sit them in the auditorium, and it's like, it's got this, it's got that, it's got this. I mean, there's really an art form to like, to pumping something up. Certainly it's better. Certainly it's better than the last version, right? You can't make that argument. Here, what do we have? Like, it's got a built-in GPS now. It's faster. It's way more water resistant, and the screen got a lot brighter. Okay, those are all fantastic things. Do I think this means that from a value proposition standpoint, all of a sudden a $400 Apple Watch is something that makes sense for most people? Probably not, to be honest with you. It's still probably not the most compelling thing in the world, but I think Apple knows what they're doing. I think this, especially with the timing on this is going to be a popular gift over the holiday season. I mean, we're running out of things to buy each other. I can see a lot of people getting an Apple Watch for Christmas.
I think with the money that you spend on such a little piece of jewelry like that, it should be indestructible, and it should be a phone. We have the technology. We need to bring it forward.
Yeah, and I think that's a cool thought, but I also think from a business perspective, Apple has always been genius at making sure you need to buy multiple products from them to fit into their ecosystem. I mean, it's always like this balance, right, between innovation and good business. And Apple tries to like skirt that line and live right in the middle of that thing. And yeah, at times I feel like they're holding back on us. At times I feel like there's probably some secret room at Apple where the real stuff is going on that you know what I mean, that we never get to see. But there's this I mean, the way that they add and remove features and force you to like move into their way of thinking and purchase adapters. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on there, but I don't think they need business advice from me. I think they're doing well stacking dollar bills.
You're exactly right. Hey, man, thank you so much for answering my call. Hope you have a great day.
All right, thank you, man. Love it. That's another great phone call there. You know, a lot of people when I did this show or started to do this, the call-in show, a lot of people were like, you can't do it. Like, the callers are going to be trolling hard. And it's like, you know what? What have we learned? Real people are out there. Real Unbox therapy enthusiasts. They're bringing the heat. They step on the line. And look at them. They're starting to figure this out. We're all starting to figure this out. How this can work. How I can speak to you directly. You could speak to me directly. We could speak together directly as a happy family. Look at us. We're setting the precedent right now for how this can be. All right, breaking news. Apple and Nike now have a relationship, a partnership for fitness tech, a new Apple Watch specifically for runners. You're probably watching the stream. I recommend you do. It's got a rubber band. It looks like the aluminum Apple shell, not the stainless steel one, in the anodized black. And it's got a yellow theme to it. Okay, so what's interesting about that? I mean, it's basically another Apple Watch, but again, a lot of clout associated with that Nike brand, just like the Apple brand. So that's meaningful for that reason, right? A lot of people, fitness people especially, have a very positive relationship with Nike, their shoes, and so on, and their various fitness products. So if you want to be in the fitness game, you know, if you want to make a major move within the fitness world, aligning with a brand like Nike is probably going to help you do that. It also helps them get into like different types of stores, retail. You could probably put that Nike Apple product in sports stores where it might be. I don't know if they will, but it just reframes the Apple Watch, I suppose. All right, let's take another phone call. Wait, actually, you know what? Let me just check in real quick on the stream. They're still talking about Nike partnership. Who do they have on stage here? I've never seen this guy before. He must be somebody from Nike, I'm guessing. He's got Nike on his shirt. So there's there's some special applications by the looks of it, potentially a special interface on the Nike version. Certainly a special font. They got that Nike, the italic Nike font, like it's running forward. Nike knows what they're doing, right? I mean, they're geniuses in the space. All right, let's take another phone call. They're taking forever to get to the actual phone. You know how they do it. Hello? Yo! What's going on? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. All right, perfect. You're in the house. You're on the broadcast. What's it going to be for you today? You have a comment to make, or maybe you want to ask a question? What do you think? Oh, you might have to turn down your broadcast over there. Hello? No? Dude, are you there? All right, we lost him. We lost the caller. I thought that was going to be a good one. We had North Carolina in the house. I'm just checking my Twitter real quick. Here we go. Next call. Hello.
Hello.
What's going on?
Oh, so this is Lou.
It's a real. I'm real. Today I am
Yes,
real.
You are. Yes, you are. I've been trying to call you for like the last few streams.
Okay, well, look at this, man. It was meant to be, as they say.
Yes, it was.
How's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm just I'm sitting here trying to take it all in. I'm watching the stream. I'm waiting for them to get to the actual phone. They're spending what have they spent a half an hour on this watch so far? So I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying talking to people. People bringing questions to the table, comments. Obviously, anytime a new iPhone is announced, there's a lot of energy in the tech community. There's a lot of people that are physically there. I decided to go this route with it, with the live broadcast as a kind of complimentary stream to go along with their stream. Are they talking about iPad yet? Anyway, what do you think? You got a question, a comment, maybe?
Would it be all right if I gave a shout out to my channel?
No, dude, not at all. Go ahead. Promote yourself.
Well, I do gaming videos. I'm not that great at it, but I haven't uploaded in a while. But my channel is Gunner NG9 on the YouTube.
Gunner NG9. All right, everybody, go check him out and let him know where you came from. Thanks for the call, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for answering.
You got it. Okay, we got some pricing. Apple Watch Series 2 starts at $369. It looks like for the sport version. Now, oh, now they're gonna keep selling Series 1, I guess the older Apple Watch, for $269, which I think is a lot more approachable for a lot of people. All right, watch pre-orders start on September 9th. When is that? Friday. And the Nike version, not till late October. Okay, we're closing out Apple Watch. We made it. I was worried there for a minute. We were never going to get there. Oh, thank you as well to everybody leaving the thumbs below. I can actually see the thumbs in the broadcast here. So if you've left a thumb, thank you very much. If you haven't left a thumb, look for the little thumb icon just to let me know you're enjoying the live stream. Oh, we're on iPhone now. Tim, I didn't think we were going to get here. I was worried. Oh, I just saw the thumbs go up to 7,000, 7.5. Oh, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Love it. Okay, I'm going to pay attention for a second because it's iPhone talk right now. Although I'm sure he's still going to drag it out. It's like the iPhone, it's been a cultural phenomenon. Look at all these different kids. They're playing Pokemon Go on their iPhones. Over 8,000 thumbs now. I love the thumb love. Here's my thumbs back at the thumbs coming this way. It's double thumbs. Then there's your thumb. So maybe it's triple thumbs, quadruple thumbs. There's a lot of thumbs. 1 billion? They sold 1 billion iPhones. That's insane. Tim's got that like soft voice. I feel like he's going to put me to sleep right now. He's like, tightly integrating hardware, software, services. And of course, you would love to have an iPhone. Okay. iOS 10 coming out. Of course. Okay. He's talking about Siri. I don't know if you use Siri. Probably not. A little bit of Lyft. They're doing some Lyft promo right now. See, he's going to go on and on about iOS 10 here for a while. I knew it. We weren't ready for the hardware yet. They saved that. They saved that to the end. They just keep you teetering there. We're going to take another phone call. I'm going to multitask here. Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Poland.
Poland. You know, we've had some international callers today. There was like India. We got Poland.
I just came to my friend. I gave him like Chromecast because I got it spare at home, and we're
just sitting there watching you. We got the notification on the phone that you're live.
Well, that's awesome, man. I'm glad that you got through. We're talking about, I don't know, iPhone stuff, or you can ask me any question you want, or you can make a comment. Go for it.
Actually, are you tentative to buy the newest iPhone, or not really? You're sticking to your old phone?
That's a great question. Okay, so the way it works here on the channel is basically when a new high-profile phone comes out, I tend to use it for a while regardless, and then I kind of see where I end up after that if it was compelling enough. So certainly I'll have this phone, I'll be making videos about it, and I'll be using it, and I'll see if it can replace what I'm into right now. But the tough part is, I'm sort of, if I keep coming back to certain devices. Like for the last little while, I kept coming back to the S7. Previous to that, I've been really into Nexus devices. So I go through phases. But I think at least with this next iPhone, there's probably going to be something unusually compelling about the camera. Obviously, so many people are interested in mobile photos. I mean, I take the majority of photos I take are on my phone. So if there was a reason that this could become my everyday driver, it would probably be because Apple has done something insanely innovative with the camera. Now, we haven't seen the camera specs yet, and it looks like the exciting camera is only going to be available on the Plus, which might piss some people off because they might not want the huge display, the huge phone. But if we get to the point in the broadcast and they start talking about that camera and they're like, you've never made photos like this on your smartphone before, and all of a sudden it's like some insane feature, then I could totally see the potential for me keeping this thing in my pocket long term. It could happen. It's possible. Now I don't know. We're still waiting to find out exactly what that camera is going to be capable of. Could it be a gimmick? Or will it be, oh, here it is. It's right now. 2 lenses. The best iPhone we've ever made. What a surprise, Tim. I would hope so. iPhone 7, different font. The font is a little bit bolder now. Man, you know what goes into all these decisions when they do this, you know? Okay, completely new design. We've seen it before. Here comes Johnny. Johnny's gonna bring the accent, the British accent, get you all pumped up the way he normally does. Oh man. I hope you have this stream open in the other window. I'm just gonna enjoy this for a minute. I said Tim Cook's voice was soothing. This is the next level of soothing right here. Aluminium body. An aluminium body. Precisely engineered. Just like previous iPhones, they're showing like machining it from a block of aluminum. Of course, the antenna has now been changed. The antenna layout doesn't come across the back the way it used to. Essentially, let me go grab the 7 Plus mock-up. Give me one. Maybe I should chill for a second. Yo, Ryan? Ryan? You in here? What? 7 Plus, the mock-up. Could you grab it for me? Thank you. So this is the mock-up that we have, right? Now they're not showing this color. I don't know. This color may or may not happen. But this is what he's showing off right now. And they're talking about how they manufacture it. It looks like it's gonna look a little bit different than the mock-up. It's my impression right now. Man, this video is incredible right now. Whoa. Oh, it's shiny. It's going to be shiny. Whoa. The iPhone 7 is going to be like shiny glossy. It's not going to be this type of anodized aluminum anymore. Bizarre. I wonder if it's going to be a fingerprint magnet or not. That's my concern immediately with anything that's super shiny, but... They're excited to share the iPhone 7. This is the moment you've been waiting for, folks. Phil Schiller's coming out. He's going to address it. Ten major features today. Sounds like he's going to move through it pretty quickly. I appreciate the phone calls coming in, guys. I'm taking a break for a minute. Just enjoy the broadcast. We're talking about the iPhone 7 now, finally. Brand new finish. It's going to be a glossy kind of jet black. Or maybe there still will be the anodized old school style, but there's a high gloss finish for sure. Kind of weird. I don't know. I guess it's going to kind of have like a Samsung glass vibe to it without being glass. The dual cameras for sure. I mean, they're showing it off now. Oh, there's two blacks. There's a high gloss black. And then there's going to be a black that's like this bead blasted, he called it. Two different black colors. Wow. Gold, silver, rose gold. Two blacks. Gold, silver, and rose gold will be the color options. I'm most interested in this glossy black. See what that looks like. Whoa! Home button. Oh. I thought we were going to get rid of the home button or something. No. Okay. Or they're going to change the home button or something. What you can do? He's talking about everything you can do with the home button, but it feels like foreshadowing. What you gonna do about the home button? Oh, more responsive. Customizable home button. It's talking about iPod. You're gonna have to follow up on the actual broadcast here. There's a lot of visuals that you're gonna want to see. He's talking about Force Touch. Oh, they're gonna change the home button somehow. Force Touch. Force Touch Taptic Engine on the home button. So there were rumors of getting rid of the home button. That's obviously not happening. Instead, they're doubling down on the home button. They're putting Taptic Engine and they're putting Force Touch into the home button. Appreciate all the phone calls coming in. I'm going to get back to the phone calls in a minute, just shortly after we find out what there is to find out about the iPhone 7. As I said, for those of you just joining, this is a companion broadcast to the live Apple event happening right now, September 7th, 2016, iPhone 7 event. Probably, we're gonna look at number 3. We're gonna look at number 3. iPhone 7 officially water and dust resistant. 7 and 7 Plus confirmed. That's the first time ever that Apple has done it. Now, their previous versions of phones have been considered somewhat water resistant, certainly with the 6S. But this new one here is officially IP67 protection standard. Got the steels and the gaskets on it. Fall in a pool. Drop it in the toilet. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Use it in the rain. I don't know. It's better. It's tougher. It's about time. I mean, really, truly, all phones should have that, right? Let's be honest. Camera. We're on the camera now. This is it. It's what everybody tuned in for. This is the moment right now. It's about the camera. I'm going to bring somebody on live. Give me a call right now. Somebody give me a call right now. I'm going to bring you on live. We're going to react together. Here we go. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hey, you're on the air. You're live.
For real? Oh, this is so cool, man.
Yeah, we're watching the live stream, the live broadcast. They're talking about the camera right now on the iPhone 7, the new
Oh,
camera.
oh, I just got the notification that you were live, and I saw the number, and I just called.
Yeah, man. Now you're on this. We just found out that the camera's going to have an optical image stabilizer and a bigger aperture, so it should be better in low light. What do you think? Do you even care about this iPhone or what?
Well, I had an iPhone, but honestly, right now, I have the Samsung 7 Edge,
Hmm.
and honestly, I like it better, but I'm curious to see like how the iPhone is gonna be.
Yeah. Now, is the camera important to you? Do you feel like if this thing has the best camera in the business that you'll switch to it?
I mean, I'm not a photographer, but definitely like when I made the decision to switch, I was actually really looking into the camera stuff. That's
Right.
something that like I consider important. But I mean, it's whatever, as long as it has like good quality, I'm cool.
Right. Now, Apple announced, I don't know if you're watching the stream, but they announced like a glossy black finish for the 7. It's going to be available in two different black colors, like a matte kind of brushed aluminum look that you're used to on the iPhone, and then on top of that, a glossy polished finish. Is that would you what color would you get if you got one?
Definitely black.
The black, would you go with like the brushed black or the new kind of polished thing?
Is it when you say brush? Is it like a matte color?
Yeah. There's like a matte one and like a glossy one.
Oh, I'll get the matte for sure.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
because the other one's probably going to be a fingerprint magnet.
Yeah, that's true. I rather have that.
Yeah, no, I probably agree with you. I think a lot of people are just going to buy the glossy one just because it's a new type of finish, you know?
Yeah, one question though. I'm not really watching the live stream, but have they said anything about the headphones, the earphones?
The earphones, no, they're not there yet. They haven't touched on it yet. They actually, that's a good point. They haven't even shown the bottom of the device yet. So they're keeping that one. That's probably going to be like the last thing, and it'll be interesting how they address it. But they're not there yet, dude.
One more question.
Sure.
Do you think like I saw you mentioned that they may have like an adapter for the headphones?
Yes, that's what I believe. That's what I'm guessing at this point.
Do you think an adapter is like a step down? Like, do you think people like adapters?
No, people hate adapters. No one's ever going to remember it. That's the problem. I think an adapter is kind of just kind of to deal with people's concerns and to make people feel like they're being taken care of. But in reality, I think Apple is far more interested in switching people to an alternative headphone, like, for example, a wireless ear pod or whatever it is they end up manufacturing. I mean, that's got to be more interesting for them because it increases their profit margin. And not to mention that, I mean, I think most people that aren't like audiophile types are probably going to prefer a wireless earbud. You know, you're already seeing a lot of like the various Jaybird products and Sony products, and I mean and even Beats products. I mean, there are popular headphones out there that are wireless, and I think Apple's just doubling down on that idea.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, it's not ideal for me. The way I look at it is like the keeping a headphone jack in there, a tiny little headphone jack, is probably more compelling, and I mean, I would use it, that's for sure. But I don't think, I think for the majority of people they'll just adapt.
Yeah, I mean, do you think a lot of people are gonna, if they don't like the adapter, do you think they're gonna change to Samsung or other phones?
No, honestly, I don't think it's gonna hurt their sales. I really don't. I think it'll be enthusiasts like you and I. It'll be a subset of the community complaining, but I think with the new look of it, this improved camera that I'm seeing right now. He's talking about a 7 megapixel FaceTime camera, forward facing, and the rear camera has all these new lens elements. It's got a bigger aperture, a better sensor, optical image stabilization. I think the features that the average person is interested in are going to be addressed, and the absence of a headphone jack will just be kind of glossed over, brushed over, and the average person in the store, I don't think is gonna lose sleep over it.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, man. Thank you for the phone call. Appreciate it. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to recap real quick the camera. 12 megapixel camera, optical image stabilization, f1.8 aperture. It's a 6-element lens, a high-speed sensor, a quad LED. It's a brighter flash, and a wider color gamut. So he's currently talking about the stock iPhone 7 camera. He hasn't got to the dual lens system that'll be on the 7 Plus yet. But essentially what you're looking at is an improved camera even on the baseline iPhone 7. Is it a new sensor, image stabilization, bigger aperture. But we're going to talk about the Plus right now, I think. Yeah, here it comes. Here it is. 7 Plus. Now I'm going to compare it to the mock-up here. Actually, that's exactly what it looks like. Like this right here. Wow. So it's going to be two 12 megapixel cameras. Ooh, one wide angle, one telephoto. That's what I was hoping they were going to do. Now, I want to say real quick that LG has done this. This feature does exist, but Apple's doing it now. Two cameras, telephoto and wide. It's going to give you an effective zoom, right? So a 2x zoom, I think, is what they're saying here, depending on which lens you pick. Dual lens system, one wide angle, one telephoto. A legit zoom, optical. Legit optical zoom. All right, he's showing off the interface now. All right, I'm gonna take a phone call. Ask what people. Give me a call. Somebody give me a call right now. And we'll find out what you think about this dual lens system. I was speculating, in fact, that was going to be what it was. That you'd have one wide angle, one telephoto. But there's been other implementations of dual lens systems in the past. Hello. Hello. Oh yeah, turn down the stream in the back.
Gotcha. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
What's up? Is this Lou?
Yeah, of course it's Lou. You called me, man.
Yo, what's up? Okay, yo, you gotta be like so hyped for this. Okay, some questions about the iPhone.
Yeah.
Are you alright? So, in your biggest idea, do you think there's just? I mean, what was your favorite one this year? Like the S7, Microsoft, any company? What was your favorite one?
Okay, so the one that's been in my pocket the most probably over the course of the year is probably the S7. Although the Nexus 6P was in my pocket for a while as well, and there's always an iPhone close by. So, I mean, for me, I get to try and use a wide variety of products, so it's hard to really nail down like what is my favorite. So I tend to just say, well, hey, which one ends up in my pocket more than others? And I would say that the majority of the time it's been an S7 for the last while.
Okay, and another question. Are you going to have this stream like saved to your videos? Because my brother is like a huge fan of you. Like he got me into you, and like ever since then, you know, me and him been watching you. It's basically like he comes in, like he wants to sit down, like you're his favorite YouTuber.
That's awesome.
I don't know if he can see, you know, I want to give him a shout out and everything, but his name is Justin Taylor, but when he gets home, I just want to make sure that he can see it up.
Yeah, man. All right, I'll leave it up. Shout out to Justin Taylor. I'm happy to have you and your brother as fans. Guys, please keep watching.
Oh, and then there's one more thing. Okay, so Xbox One or PS4?
Oh man, that is such a battle. Honestly, I play both. I mean, there's games like Forza, for example, that I like to play on the Xbox, but I probably play the PlayStation more.
So are you into the whole Call of Duty, Battlefield 4, the Battlefield scene?
No, not too much. I mean, I used to be, but I don't get to play as often as I'd like anymore. And when I do play, I tend towards a lot of like racing games and sports games right now.
So Forza Horizon 3, Forza 6, and then so on and so forth.
So on and so forth, my friend. And I recently built a racing simulator on PC, and so I've been playing some Dirt and some Project Cars and stuff like that.
So Thrustmaster, I'm guessing?
No, I got the God, I should remember the damn name right now. Who are those guys that sell really expensive ones from Europe?
Oh wow, okay. It's just so good.
Fanatic,
to talk to you.
Fanatic.
I was calling so long, and like, yeah, I was calling forever. I'm in South Carolina, so I was like, oh, he's probably not gonna answer.
Nah, man, you made it. You made it through. You're on the air. You even got the shout out for your brother. So you win the game. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Man. All right, thank you. Have a
Later.
nice day. Hello.
All right, you got it. Beautiful phone call. Look at all these thumbs. We just cracked 10,000 thumbs. Did you bring your thumbs today? Couple of these guys? You don't even need a thumb to hit the thumb button. That's the beauty of it. What's going on, Ryan? You want to come say hi? Come say hi. Hurry up.
Okay.
Don't worry. Bring your banana. It doesn't matter.
Hi, everybody.
What's going on? Are you sweating there?
Yeah, it's hot outside. It's really hot.
Can you show the people? Come here for a second. Look at this guy. He's soaking wet. He's soaking wet. He's soaking wet. Holy! It is hot. Yeah. Oh, look, he brought lunch. Holy smokes. All right, I'm missing out. We took phone calls. I need to tap back in. He's talking about camera software right now. What I want to talk about, is how you guys feel about this dual lens system. That's hopefully... Hello? Hello?
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. I'm in school right now.
You're in school! We got our first phone call from school. All right, so... Have you been able to watch this Apple Live event or no? Probably not, because you're in school.
No. I just saw the notification for the live stream, and I opened it.
And you just called up and you're on. All right, well, I'm going to break it down for you real quick. Apple's got a couple new phones. They got an iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. They got a new color, 2 new colors. So there's going to be 2 different black colored iPhones. One of them glossy, one of them not. The 7 Plus is going to have 2 lenses, 1 wide angle and 1 telephoto for zoom. Do you care?
Yes.
So, will you be buying one?
Probably not. I'm gonna go Samsung.
You're going to go with the Samsung. What's it going to be for you? Is it going to be the S7 Edge, Note? What's it going to be?
Note 7 once they have the battery issues.
Okay, hopefully a Note 7 that does not explode.
Yeah.
You know the funny thing is I'm using one of the Note 7s right now as this live broadcast. So I'm speaking into a Note 7. It may or may not explode and end this entire broadcast. But so far so good. It's working great.
Wait, one last important question. Does it have a headphone jack?
They haven't got there yet. They're still talking about the camera. They haven't got there yet.
Okay, thanks.
All right, dude, later. That was our first phone call from school. See, teachers, if you want the students to get a real education, just let them call into the show. It'll be a very specific type of education on, I don't know, upcoming technology, but who knows? That could be useful to them. I mean, it might be more useful than whatever algebra you're teaching them that they're never going to get around to using. Am I yelling at teachers now? That doesn't. All right, let me see. I'm gonna jump back in here. We're gonna move. We're on step 5 now. We're done with the camera. He's onto the display now. Are they gonna upgrade the resolution? They get even better, he says. Brighter, wider color gamut. Okay, never mind. 3D touch. I don't think we're gonna see any more pixels. It's just brighter than it was. And the color is going to probably be better if it has a wider color gamut. Let's take a phone call. Hello?
Lou!
This is Lou!
It's Lou!
It's Lou!
Yo, this is Tony. I'm from New York, man.
Tony in New York, what is going on? You made it through. You're on the broadcast. This is beautiful.
Yeah. What's up, man? Yo, I'm a big fan. I saw your stuff on Joe Rogan.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. I appreciate that. I know you're a real fan when you're diving deep into the Rogan stuff as well. You've seen me around the internet. I'm all over the place.
He was sitting there, he was talking about dirt and stuff, and you were just, you were so cool, man. He kind of goes off, but it's fun.
That's hilarious. Yeah, man. No, I have a good time talking to Joe.
Yeah. And my girlfriend said hi, too.
Oh, tell her I said hi as well. All right, now, do you think you have a question today? Maybe a comment you want to make? You're in front of the world right now.
I have a couple of questions, but I was wondering, where's this new jack? Like, what's that about? Where's this jack at? Like,
Jack?
I'm wondering where's Jack. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, just like you guys in the audience, I've been looking for him for a while, but I don't know. I don't know, man. He finds a place every so often. He finds a place to hide. Every time I try to put him on a video, all I see is this camera sitting over here. So I don't know. I don't know what's
He's
going
not
on with him.
real, man. I know he's not real. It's a conspiracy.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I can neither confirm nor deny. One thing I can tell you is he's very strange. Most days, all he wants to eat is silica gel. I mean, that's the problem.
Yeah, you're still a good job. Yo, well, I don't know. The iPhone is cool. I think the new iPhone looks pretty cool. I kind of went to an Android. I don't know. I think that there's a lot of competition on the market. It could go either way. They seem to be expensive. You know what I'm saying?
It is, man. So let me ask you this: what phone are you using right now?
I got a OnePlus One.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Okay, so was that your first Android phone? Like, were you ever on iPhone?
Yeah, first Android phone. So,
So you made the switch from which iPhone to the OnePlus One?
I had like a 5.
Oh, okay. And so how did you feel about that transition? Are you sold? Are you an Android person for life now, or what's going on?
I like the Android. I like if it's all stock. You know, if it's all just basic Android.
I feel you on
like
that.
It doesn't seem like it's any more complicated or less complicated.
Right. So, okay, let me ask you this. Now we've got a little bit of information about this next iPhone. It looks like it's going to have a dual lens system with the wide angle lens, a telephoto lens. They're talking about the screen right now, which is supposedly going to be improved. Obviously, we're potentially dropping the headphone jack, but they haven't got to that point yet. Is this so far compelling enough for you to switch back to an iPhone?
The thing that's most compelling, I think, is the waterproofing,
Okay.
touch resistance. You know, Apple has this way of kind of staying behind everybody, but then offering a product that's kind of much more polished.
Right.
So, I don't know, they're getting to the point where it's now starting to kind of compete with Samsung a little bit with that feature. You know, nobody wants to brick out their phone with some water, so I feel like it's compelling so far, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm sold. I kind of like the Android vibe.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Breaking news here on the stream. They're just announcing stereo speakers right now.
Yeah, I got the stream on too. I think you're a little ahead of me.
Yeah. They're saying
I
they're
don't know
increased
what-
dynamic range and a speaker at the top and the bottom. So when it's in landscape, I'm assuming what you're gonna have is it's gonna probably bounce off the palm of your hand. Oh, we're talking about ear pods right now. Are you cool? Are you cool to stay on the line for a second or what?
Yeah, man. Stay on the line. I had another question for you.
Hold up. We're talking. A lot of people are into this right now. We're talking about the ear pods right now. I can see for sure the headphone jack is gone. All we've got is a lightning connector, digital audio, power and control. So it looks like it's going to be lightning connected ear pods right now. This is not a lot of people did not expect this. A lot of people thought it was going to be an adapter or wireless.
So they're putting the lightning nail right on the ear pods.
I don't know. We haven't seen the other side of the ear pods yet, so let's hold tight for a minute here. But
All right, this is exciting.
this is it, man. We're breaking news, you and I. Oh, third party. Okay, so they're showing JBL earbuds that use the lightning connector. But why are they showing third party? They're not talking about their own ear pods yet. I gotta put my own bud in here to hear what he's talking about.
All right.
Yeah. He's talking about the advantage of the lightning connector, that it powers the headphones, which is cool. But oh my god! So the ear pods, they're gonna be lightning ear pods, no adapter. Okay, here we go. There's an adapter as well. Oh, made it. Will it be in the box, though?
A JBL in the box?
Oh, yeah, it's in the box. No, the adapter's in the box. Okay, so I'm going to break it down real quick before we get to the next part. Earpods, lightning-connected earpods that will work without an adapter, and then also an adapter to 3.5 millimeter in the box. So old 3.5 people, you're covered, but you will need to use an adapter. Now he's talking about the headphone jack and killing it. He's talking a little bit about killing it. All right, you got another question for me? You want to hit me with it now?
Yeah, man. Like, what do you do? I mean, so these guys just get your address and send you the cool stuff. Like, how does that work?
That's crazy. Isn't that that's crazy? I mean, it doesn't even compute for me still to this day that like this thing that I was passionate and enthusiastic about, like the latest and greatest stuff, now they can't send it to me fast enough just to get it here on the show. I mean, it's really insane. But what I will say to you,
my address too. Take my address, cause don't send me stuff, right? So, I'll review it too.
yeah, listen. As soon as I'm bombarded, as soon as I run out of space, you're second on the list, okay?
All right, man. All right, it was good talking to you. I won't take up all the time.
All right, you got it, man. Thanks for calling. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit more coverage here. He's still talking about killing the headphone jack. He's basically aggressively, passive aggressively talking a bunch of junk about the headphone jack. He's showing like an old photo of a patch system for phones back in the day, basically treating the headphone jack like it's old tech. Number 8, here we go. It's gonna be wireless earpods. Wireless. I told you. Wireless earpods. They're gonna do wireless earpods or wireless Beats. Well, Beats are. I mean, it's already Bluetooth. But here's the thing. I don't think it's gonna be Bluetooth. Fixing the wireless issue. This is a big deal, guys. This is a big deal, guys. I don't think they're gonna use Bluetooth. What are they using though? This is a big deal. I think this is going to change some people's minds right now. This man's about to sell a few iPhones right now. Not that he doesn't know how to. He's about to sell a few extras. You know these classic white cables that you see everywhere on the street? The days are numbered. The days are numbered. Apple AirPods. Official name, Apple AirPods. And we're going to get a little video here as well. It looks like. Ooh, a nice little charging system, little charging dock for them. Fully wireless, okay? Or wait, is there a connection between the two? No. It's a fully wireless earpod. No cable between the two of them. Calling them the AirPods. They look essentially exactly like this with no cable. This point here. They're tiny. Sorry. Wow. So they're saying there's a consistent, reliable connection with this W1 chip. I'm guessing we're talking about something beyond Bluetooth here. It's radio frequency. Whoa. Whoa. They've got touch sensitive. They're touch sensitive for managing Siri. Whoa, those look weird the way they... There's a mic in it too. Look at... Wow, it's kind of weird looking though. It's like, it's long. It's essentially this. Okay, so 5 hours of listening on a charge. And it comes with a charging case, which is tiny as well. Whoa. This is big. I think this is big news, man. I mean, a lot of people right now, I'm sure in the comments here, are going, oh, we've seen wireless earphones before. Yeah, we have. But what do we know is like a lot of that stuff stays niche until a big company like Apple comes along and says, no. Everybody's about to have them now. We're going to make this big move. And in this particular case, it appears like they're using their own kind of wireless protocol for communication. But when they do something like that, all of a sudden it becomes a de facto standard and then everybody's using it. So there's going to be wired, lightning connected earpods. There's going to be an adapter for 3.5. But it looks like, based on the time they spent on that video, their goal is to get people to transition to these AirPods. and there's going to be no Bluetooth. There's no Bluetooth bull of pulling it down, making a connection. You just hit the case, open the case, and the phone prompts you if you want to connect or not. I mean, that's another thing. There's a threshold factor there of people just not wanting the added complication of Bluetooth. You know, you can picture a lot of sort of average consumers being in the Apple store and not gravitating towards wireless because they think there might be a few extra steps. I think what Apple is aiming to do, again, there's no product here, so I'm not sure if they will be able to, but I think what they're aiming to do is demystify the idea of wireless and just make it a kind of standard thing that most people are used to. So it's got a microphone in it as well, it looks like, so it'll take voice commands, and it's also touch sensitive, and it looks identical to this. So the AirPods will be earpods that just don't have a wire here, but they're going to be just as long as this. So when I showed you guys this mock-up of the upcoming iPhone, that's essentially what it's going to look like on the bottom of both the iPhone 7 as well as the 7 Plus. There will be no headphone jack. Your option, if you want to use traditional 3.5 millimeter headphones, will be an adapter through the Lightning port. Of course, that adapter will never be where you need it to be when you need it, but I suppose what Apple is hoping is that the added benefit, the proposition of wireless is going to be greater. Now, it looks like the AirPods themselves are going to have about a 5-hour charge, but the case will then have a battery built in, which will also provide more charges for a total of about 24 hours of charge. Here's Beats talk. I called this, man. I called this. They're trying to sell more headphones. Beats and Apple. Beats Solo 3. I saw this coming. Saw it coming. 40 hours of listening time on the Beats. And then Power Beats as well. So here's what Apple has just done from a marketing perspective, from a retail perspective. They've added the second line item. That's the key. All right, when you're in their retail store or you're on their website adding to your cart, here is this secondary suggestion, a way to get you to double down and spend, say, 30% more than you hoped to spend. These AirPods are not going to be in the box. This is an accessory. He didn't say the price either. Where's the price? Come on, Phil. He didn't say the price. My guess, $149. Right? $149. If they can do $99, it's going to be a move. I hope it's $99. All right, he's on to Apple Pay now. All right, let's take a phone call. I'm going to ask what the people are saying about wireless AirPods, if that matters to them, or if they're still upset about no headphone jack. Let's see what the people are saying. Hello.
How's it going?
How's it going, man?
I'm calling from Etobicoke. My name is Vlad. I was trying to reach you with a paper note, silly one, if you got any. So, anyways, I got 3 things so far watching the stream.
Okay.
The one, can you somehow reach me after the stream by calling me back, saving my number? That's one. I have a conversation 5 minutes, no more. But on topic.
Okay, on topic.
I have two questions. Like, do you think anyone from sports brand will produce any Android wear smartwatch, Samsung collaboration with Adidas maybe or someone else?
Yeah, I know. So you're saying because of the Nike Apple Watch? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the Apple is some kind of pioneers and they've created the trend and then someone take it.
Yeah. It's possible. I mean, the one thing I will say is in the athletics world, there are so few brands that are on the level of Nike, and I highly doubt that Nike would collaborate with more than one tech brand in a similar fashion. In fact, they probably have some sort of agreement here with Apple that's going to be somewhat exclusive or somewhat limited. Sure, there are other sports brands. I mean, you've got Adidas and you've got Reebok. Those brands are out there. Sure, I think you could see something happen on the Android Wear side, but I don't think you're going to see it. I don't think you're going to see Nike specifically go out and do something like this with a brand like Samsung. Not anytime soon.
And the second question, like a third one, do you see any wireless handset like coming with the Samsung Galaxy 8 line? I mean, like
Yeah,
8 and Note.
I don't know.
The trend.
Yeah, I think it certainly will be the trend. Obviously, whenever Apple does something, whether you like it or not, it influences the entire marketplace. So I think the fact that they're going to be marketing these wireless earpods, or they're calling them AirPods, they're going to be pumping money into that. I think people buying from other brands are going to have those expectations as well. But I don't think. I mean, they haven't said yet, but I think it's going to depend a lot on price, because I'm assuming they're going to try to sell these AirPods for like $100 or maybe a little bit more, and I think that's going to just kind of price them out for a lot of people. And so I think in the Samsung world and the Android world, if we do see them, it's certainly not going to be in the box. I think you're always going to see it, or at least for the short term, you're going to see it as an added value. You're going to see it as an accessory that you got to. It's going to be that second line item, and then maybe 5 years down the road, it'll become the de facto standard. It'll actually be in the box. Who knows?
The only thing the guys didn't address from stage, that if you lose one of those, can you actually somehow like locate it or something?
You know what? That's a really cool idea. They should.
Or something, yeah, would be great.
Yeah, they should have some sort of, because they do have a speaker on them, of course. So there should be some kind of way to beep them. Maybe there will be. Hopefully it would be loud enough, but I don't know, man. With a little earphone speaker, if it's hidden in your couch somewhere, it'd be hard to imagine that it could beep very loud.
Yeah,
but
true.
but yeah, no, I mean, I think I'm gonna be excited to try it. I think price is gonna be the biggest factor in determining the adoption rate. If they're too
Yeah,
expensive,
the quality of the sound. So like
Yeah.
the regular AirPods, just the basic headphones. So pretty much everyone who tried them out, like move forward to something more expensive.
yeah.
more
What you saw here during this presentation is the part about them marketing Beats, which I speculated they were going to do in some of my earliest videos regarding the removal of the headphone jack. What this really is an opportunity for them to completely disrupt the marketplace in the sense of them owning Beats, and them having this kind of retail data to show that people are upgrading their headphones. I mean, sure, they could have turned around and been like, we're going to include awesome headphones in the box, but why would you, when you've got this headphone brand that exists in your store, where you can say, hey, these Beats headphones, the third version here now supports our new wireless protocol, so you can either upgrade to our AirPods or an even more expensive pair of Beats, and all of a sudden they get to double dip now. So I think this is a very strategic business move. Will it mean more wireless headphones on human beings in the world? Yeah, for sure it will. But ultimately, it's gonna also be very healthy for Apple's bottom line.
Okay, so we'll be looking forward for your unboxing, like first experience when you get a chance to get one of those. And shout out to everyone who's watching the stream right now. Thanks, and bye-bye, guys.
All right, thanks for calling. So yeah, I mean, listen, that's what it is. I think this is. I mean, just like anything else in the world, it's when it comes to innovation, there's the business component, right? There's the business side of the motivation, and this is a perfect opportunity for them to say, hey, here's this new tech that I think people are going to be interested in, and it can also be that second line item for us. It can also be a way of increasing our profit margin for the average iPhone buyer. It's going to be like you get the iPhone, but then what do you add to that over time? How do you interact with that relationship? And it's been this way with iPhone cases, iPhone accessories, speaker docks, since the original iPhone, or even the iPod before that. It was like, oh, get them the new phone for Christmas, but then on their birthday, get them the watch that goes with the phone. And then on Valentine's Day, get them the AirPods to go with that. And it's like, people love this stuff. They have an emotional connection to it. There is something about the branding as a whole and the sophistication of their approach that leads to you wanting to interact with Apple as a brand in multiple occasions. So they are very aware that giving you these different price points, these different ways of interacting with them, will lead to more sales. And I'm not hating on it. I'm just identifying it. And so I think what you're going to see more often than not, yes, the enthusiasts, they're going to put the accessory into their cart when they buy the iPhone. People like me, yeah, I'll have the AirPods in there as well. But there'll also be this probably larger segment that'll just get the iPhone the way it is, and then they'll pick up the accessory after the fact, and Apple will end up with that sale regardless. So give me a call right now. Let's see what you're saying about it. Here's somebody else. Let's see what you're saying about it. Hello.
Hey, Lou, I was just wondering, what do you think about Apple not having a headphone jack? Do you think that it's going to change up the game?
Yeah. I was just on the topic of that. I think for sure it's going to push a lot of other manufacturers to consider what they're doing regarding the headphone jack. I'm not saying I personally like it. Obviously, more options is always a better thing if they could have fit it in there. But I understand their motivation, right? I think if you want to get people to adopt a new technology incredibly quickly, what better way than eliminating the old way of doing so? So yes, of course, there's going to be an adapter in the box, but they really want to push people to use this next generation stuff. Will it be better? Will it sound better? Who the hell knows? I mean, for most people, it probably won't be discernible. But then again, how many people are walking around with like audiophile grade headphones? I mean, what we're seeing out in the world is mostly these little things. You see a lot of ear pods out there. You see a lot of people with cheap headsets. So for most people, I think it's going to be an upgrade. I think most people will get over it. Most people will think the wireless is exciting. And guys like us that are sort of on the fringe, tech enthusiasts, will be upset for a little while about the headphone jack not being there. But then you're going to see all these other manufacturers eliminated as well. Just like we saw just like we've seen in the past when Apple does something, it's just whether they're the original innovators or not, they are just such a massive, massive entity that when they do something, everybody has to pay attention.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, so let me ask you this. Would the lack of a headphone jack deter you from buying one of these devices?
I don't think it would because, like, I could always go and buy an adapter for it and to use my regular headphones. So I don't think it would not make me use a new headphones.
Yeah. Okay, now let me just ask you one more thing. There's a few new colors that were just unveiled. There's two new black colors. There's a glossy one. There's like a kind of brushed aluminum, more classic finish. And then the other colors that existed before, silver, gold, and rose gold. Which color would you be most interested in?
I would say like the black color because it's just plain. It's straight up. It's not any flashy colors. I just like the way it looks and everything, right?
Yeah, okay. I agree. No, I agree with you. I probably would as well.
Yeah, and I think that I like Apple, how they're bringing new colors to the iPhones to bring out a new variety.
Yeah, I agree. Again, just like I said before, the more options, the better.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Appreciate the phone call. Thanks for calling in.
You're welcome. Thanks.
All right. Bye. Okay, so we are coming to the end of the stream now. Listen, it's pretty much what we expected here. You've got the 7, you've got the 7 Plus. The biggest differentiating factor between those two is this dual lens system, dual camera system. What is the dual camera system going to mean for you? We were speculating early on about how this might be utilized and implemented in an iPhone. We found out today that we're looking at a wide angle lens and a telephoto lens, and together what you end up with is optical zoom and the ability to reframe a shot, to get more creative, I suppose, to get a little bit closer to an interchangeable lens system on a traditional camera. You want to get wide, you got it. You want to get tight, you got it. And you're not going to get that kind of broken up image, the pixelated image that comes from digital zoom. So that's probably the most interesting thing, the most interesting takeaway for me. And that only exists on the 7 Plus. So if you want the cooler camera option, you got to go with the bigger phone this time around. The other major thing, two other major things in my opinion. Of course, it's the fastest ever. Of course, it's got the brightest screen ever. But a couple more interesting things for me. IP67 now officially dust-proof, waterproof, water resistant. I mean, they said that you can dunk it now essentially. Whatever IP67 certifies it for, it's now on the same level as some of the competitors from a durability perspective. There's also some new colors. I'll toss that in right there. And then the last major thing is the absence of a headphone jack. We saw this coming. The mock-up that I showed you in a previous video had no headphone jack. But Apple has covered their bases, I suppose, in a couple of different ways. They've got an adapter that will take lightning and turn it into a 3.5 millimeter connector. That will be in the box. There are also going to be lightning connected earpods, very similar to the current earpods. Now, probably the most interesting headphone development is the fact that Apple's now going to make a third product here called the AirPods. They will look exactly like this, but they will be wireless, 5 hours of listening time, a microphone for interacting with Siri, a touchpad, and a case that charges them up for a total of up to 24 hours of listening time. Essentially, Apple trying to convince the world to go wireless. It looks like they're not using Bluetooth either, so they've developed some kind of protocol, or at least utilized a pre-existing one for some sort of wireless radio transmission of that audio. Hopefully there's not a lot of compression. We're going to have to wait to try them out to find out about that. I see the wireless ones being popular with fitness people and so on. But it doesn't end there. That protocol is also going to be utilized by Apple's other company they own, or the company that is now part of them, Beats. So there are going to be various Beats headphones which also connect in a similar fashion, and Apple's going to be able to upsell you and just like I speculated in previous videos, send you out the door with a pair of extra headphones beyond what's included in the box. So there are the big developments, pretty much what we expected. The AirPods thing came in at the last minute. The question now goes out to you guys. Hopefully you can leave a comment down below. Also, at this point, leave a thumb if you haven't yet, just to let me know that you appreciated or enjoyed this stream. You had a good time. You're in the chat. Who knows? Or maybe you're one of the lucky people who actually got on the air and made a phone call. But let me know down in the comments, are you going to upgrade to an iPhone? If so, which one? Do you care about this dual lens system? Are you upset about the lack of a traditional 3.5 millimeter headphone jack? And lastly, which color will you go for? Are you going to go for this like new polished black finish that they're talking about? Maybe the matte black, which is also new, or one of the classic colors like silver gold or rose gold. He's talking about pricing right now, and they're unveiling an upgrade program to make it easier for you to afford $32 per month. Anyhow, there you have it. I'm going to have more on these new iPhones as soon as they're available. All right, I'm going to order them up. You know, they're going to be laid out on this table right here, and who knows, I'll probably even have a couple to give away to you guys. Maybe we'll do it live if you come through on a phone call. All right, appreciate you joining me, and we'll catch you on the next episode. That's an hour and 47-minute live stream. Holy smokes. Thank you very much. Love you all.